intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, is the co-host with the most, Jive Turkey Nano. How the hell are you doing, brother?
Let's go. Doing great, brother. Happy Friday. Great to see you, and great to see all of y'all out there. I'm stoked, my man. It's been a little while since we've seen each other, but no love lost. It feels like it was yesterday. We're right back where we love to be, talking about our favorite sport, going over some violence, and taking a trip to a new part of the world. So I'm excited to take a trip to Baku with you and all of y'all. Let's go.
Let's go, my friend. Yeah, we are taking a trip on down to UFC Baku, and we've got a lot of talent from that side of the world. I'm super excited to witness it, and even more so, I'm excited that it's going to be an early card, right? Now, like, we get to watch this card at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, like noon Eastern Time. It's going to be a fantastic start time. You'll be able to watch the entirety of the card and still have a little bit of daylight by the time we're done with it all, to go and have some beers and talk with the folks about it, right? So with that being said, we'll go ahead and jump on into the first preliminary bout, which is Hamdy Abdelwahab coming in against Mohammed Usman. Obviously, Mohammed Usman is going to be the more noteworthy name, the person that we know of here, right? We're talking about the guy that is brothers with Kamaru Usman, who we just saw come out here and look absolutely dominant again. His brother is 11-4. The man across from him, Hamdy Abdelwahab, will be 6-0 stepping into this fight. 32 years of age against 36 years of age. Hamdy being the younger guy. Same exact height at 6 foot 2 inches tall. Hamdy will be carrying about 20 to 30 more pounds, from what I know. And he'll also be coming in at a 7-inch reach deficit to Mohammed Usman. This should be a little bit of a banger. All right. But I'm telling you, I just don't know. I think Mohammed Usman might go out there and take the L. Hamdy looks very fast for a heavyweight, and more so very fast for a heavyweight the size of that man. So, Nano. Who are you with? Am I eating crazy pills over here or what?
This is definitely an interesting matchup that we're looking at here to set the tone. We got some big boys. Before I keep going, rambling dads, shots of whiskey at 9 a.m. Ooh, I see you, brother. And you know what? If that's what the fight's
we'll be chasing it with coffee, brother.
There you go. A little Irish coffee. I love that. Absolutely. Irish car bombs it is. And
Ireland, you say? I'm a wee little bit Irish myself, lad.
And we like our Jameson around here. No proper whiskey for us. We are Team Jameson moving forward. But no, man, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a banger. We got the big boys going after it. Mohammed Usman, you might recognize the name. His brother's coming off a very big win last week, but he is not his brother, okay? His brother, Kamaru, is not going to fight his fights for him. So he's going to have to go out there and beat a tough Egyptian, Greco-Roman Olympic wrestler in Hamdy Abdelwahab. Dude's an absolute stud. He's got that Greco-Roman background. Again, he competed in the Olympics for Egypt back in 2016. Though that was 9, long years ago, you still got that dog, and he's still 32 years young. He started his MMA career in Jorge Masvidal's bare knuckle BKFC. Gotta love everything I've seen from him since then. The Don'Tale Mayes win, bounced back in the UFC. I will say the asterisk there is that win was overturned due to supplements or a failed drug test. So, Hamdy is somebody that has fought in the Olympics, or at least competed in the Olympics, I should say. Hopefully there's no issues with tainted supplements, or hopefully he's not doing anything he shouldn't be doing. You never know. I'm not one to point the finger, but assuming he makes weight, assuming there's no foul play here, I think Hamdy's going to find a way to use that wrestling and just be a nuisance for Mohammed Usman, who is tough as nails. But I think this wrestler's going to go out there, find a way to get it done, and put on for the Egyptian country. Might be one of the only Egyptian fighters that I'm aware of, but MMAnomaly. It sounds like we might be on the same page here. Are we leaning Hamdy, Abdelwahab here? Abdelwahab, my apologies.
Having some technical difficulties here. Not sure what's happening here on my end. Getting a little choppy, but it's okay. We'll fight through it. I think it's on my end though, not yours. So good news there. Yeah, man. I agree with you on all fronts. I think Hamdy is the guy to watch here. He looks strong and he looks very, very fast when he's inside that octagon, man. Has a just wealth of experience, even though he only has a handful of professional mixed martial arts fights. He did compete in the Olympics. He has that top level grappling, and the dude's a beast. Olin looking shiny as fuck, son. Yeah, man, I'm glowing because I'm finally back on the screen, after that long work week in New York City. Man, are you boys Irish? Because my penis is Dublin. Mine too. And yes,
Ooh-wee.
Yes, we are. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Speaking of ooh-wee, continue on to the flyweight division for a bout between Tagir Ulanbekov and Azat Maksum. Nano, going to pass you the torch first on this one. Who do you see winning it and how?
This is an interesting one, man. I could see either guy winning this fight in terms of the style. You look at the records, and then when you turn on the tape with an Azat Maksum, you do see some great striking. So I could see either guy going out there and getting the job done. What I do expect, though, is nothing but sheer violence. Okay, I am leaning the Russian here, the hometown kid representing the Caucasus Mountains. I think Tagir Ulanbekov has all of the skills. He's been doing it here in the UFC for longer. Is 3 years older than his opponent, but he's going to be using that maturation. He's going to be using the fight IQ, and he's going to go tit for tat with a tough opponent in front of him. But look no further than Azat's last match in a loss to Charles Energy Johnson to kind of know what the tail of the tape might be here. He's a talented fighter, as all can be here in Azat, but I just do think that there's levels in this game. And someone like a Charles G. Johnson and a Tagir Ulanbekov is the cream of the crop, right? And that the cream rises to the top. And that's what Tagir is going to continue to do here. He's got Khabib as a coach. He's going to be helping him out. Those boys sharpen iron like no other. So I expect nothing but fireworks for 15 minutes, but I do expect Tagir to get his hand raised. A little bit more of the savvy vet getting the job done. I'm going to dish it back to you. MMAnomaly. Do you see it going the same way, or are we on two sides of the spectrum? Talk to the people.
Yeah, man, I could definitely see it going that way. Look, you called the spade, right? Like, he's going out there against an absolute stud. They're not giving him any favors here, putting him in there against Tagir Ulanbekov, and he is coming off of a unanimous decision loss at that, to Charles Energy Johnson. He does have wins over Tyson Nam. It was a split decision win. And then before that, to get his way into the UFC, he got that win in Octagon 39 over Fabricio Nunez via Bravo choke in round number 1. So, I mean, he is a well-rounded fighter too, right? He can knock you out. He's got 4 of those. He can submit you. He's got 5 of those. Or he can take you to decision. He's got 5 of those. His only sole loss thus far is to Charles Energy Johnson. Standing across from him is a man who we've seen in the UFC since 2020, his first win being over Bruno Silva. Then he goes out there and gets it done over Alan Nascimento. Following wins were over he got beat by Tim Elliott, and then he beat Nate Maness, beat Cody Durden via submission, got a canceled fight against Joshua Van, then came out there and beat Clayton Carpenter, and now we're here. Look, they thought that Tagir would be ready to fight somebody like Hyoji Horiguchi, which makes me even more concerned for Azat Maksum. I'd like to bet on him just because he's such a heavy dog, and I like having that juice. It's plus 380 right now. I don't see enough reasoning behind it. So I'm just going to go with the favorite here. Tagir's a minus 500 point favorite for a vast reason, right? The dude's a beast. I think he's probably going to go out there and make it possibly not the most exciting fight in the world. Look to out-grapple his opponent and stick to him like glue. Give me Tagir Ulanbekov in this one. not inside the distance. I think it's going to go to decision here. And then we move forward into the women's bantamweight division for a bout between Irina Alekseeva and Klaudia Sygula. I mean, fun names to say on both sides. And of course, Irina came out there, I believe, at weigh-ins. Wasn't it her that came out and did the cartwheel? That was fun. So you got to appreciate a little flair, a little pizzazz. But let's, again, call a spade here, as we often do. Irina Alekseeva and Klaudia Sygula, between the two of them, have less than 20 fights professionally. So it's kind of a pick'em, in my opinion, when it comes to experience. But when it comes to what these women are able to do out there, Irina has looked a little bit stronger, right? Even though her last fight was against Melissa Dixon and she went out there and got just beat for 15 minutes, the win before that over Stephanie Egger was very impressive, right? She calls herself Russian Ronda. She went out there and got an armbar in the first round in her first UFC fight. You got to respect that. Standing across from her, though, Klaudia Sygula, she also is coming off of a loss to Melissa Dixon. The only difference is Melissa Dixon was able to knock her out in the very second round, whereas Irina was able to last against Melissa Dixon. So if that's any kind of litmus test, we can call it the Dixon litmus test, right? If Dixon Sider was here, he'd love that. I'm going to go with the favorite here. She just seems more durable and stronger in general. As far as technique goes, gun to my head, I honestly couldn't tell you who I think is the better, more sound technique-wise, because, again, like we've seen Klaudia Sygula come out here and look really nice as well. It's just she's not really been able to prove herself on the same level as Alekseeva. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Irina here. I'm going to go with Russian Ronda to get it done. Hopefully via armbar. That'd be a fun one. And what's up, Western Mass Climber? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a happy Friday. Let's go. Who you got, Nano?
Hola, right back at your Western Mass. Yeah, man, this is a fun one. Great breakdown. I'm going to just reiterate the points you made, and that both of these fighters are a little bit newer to the scene, not a ton of experience. We're going all the way across the world to go ahead and debut their skills here, at least in my book. So I'm excited for that perspective. Irina Alekseeva being the Russian Ronda. I mean, I'm assuming she's referring to Ronda Rousey, in which case, if she's the Russian Ronda Rousey, that's a great nickname. That is not somebody I'd want to be facing off with if I'm a female fighter in the UFC. Okay, that means she is as good as it gets when it comes to the judo, when it comes to that wrestling game and that strength and dominance over her opponents. You don't just get that by fluke. And saying that she is the Ben favorite here, I would have had to have seen something jump off on the tape, for me to pick a Klaudia Sygula, though she does have good grappling and has proven to be a tough opponent in other leagues. This is the big leagues now. I don't know if that's going to translate, given the fact that you're going up against the Russian Ronda, that Vegas is having you as the underdog here. And then lastly, I'm also seeing a 7-inch reach advantage for Irina. So the Russian Ronda is going to have a lot of things tipping the scale her direction, even though she's older. And I typically don't like going with the older fighter. I've been kind of going against my, that kind of vein of thought as of recent. And I'm going with the older buck here. I'm going with Irina Alekseeva, the Ben favorite, Russian Ronda. Is going to go out there and, do what Ronda does best and judo her way to a victory, most likely. Yeah, man, that's all I got to say about that one. Klaudia, rooting for you. I hope you go out there and prove me wrong, but this is going to be a tough one. You're still 26 years old. The rest of your career is ahead of you. I think this will be a good learning lesson for her.
Yeah, I think so too. And just for fun, I'm going to do another of the early prelim parlays that we've been doing. We've actually hit on a handful of those, so why not? So I'll do Irina Alekseeva, Hamdy Abdelwahab, and Tagir Ulanbekov. You pair those three together, all at minus odds, right? All at favorite odds. And you end up turning it to plus odds for yourself, plus 157. So again, you put $10 on it, you get 25 back. You put 50 on it, you get 128. You put 100 on it, you get 257 back. We're going to go ahead and throw down 2 units on that one. I'm feeling fairly confident in that hitting. And again, like there's a reason that all of these women or all of these fighters are favorites. And I'm very confident in at least 2 out of 3 of them. So why the hell not throw a little bit of skrill on there and hopefully double down on it, man. With that being said, we'll go ahead and move into the next fight, which is, of course, taking place between a woman that beat both of the women we were just now talking about. and her opponent. We're talking about a Melissa Dixon, baby. And she's coming out here against another female stud in Darya Zheleznyakova. What a fun name, man. What a fun name to say. Holy smokes. I'm surprised. I feel like that one actually rolled off the tongue a little bit smoother than I thought it would.
You as flawlessly executed on your end, MMAnomaly. Let's go.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I steamrolled through that first one, so I'll give you the lead on this one. Who are you going with? You going with Zheleznyakova or Dixon here?
You know, the Iron Lady, Darya Zheleznyakova, is someone that I am rooting for. However, there's no mess. There's no BS. I'm going with Melissa No Mess Mullins, okay? And you really said it right there. She beat both of the last two opponents that she's faced here in the UFC that we just talked about. So we got a good idea of what she's coming in here to do. She does have that one blemish on her career, a loss to Nora Cornoli, who's an absolute stud. These things happen. She bounced back in the best way possible, got a KO of her own, again, against a Klaudia Sygula here about 7 months ago. So she's trending in the right direction. All signs are pointing for her to continue to go out there and not mess around with her opponents. And that's what she's going to have to do with a tough Darya in front of her, right? Darya is coming in here with a couple losses, one of those most recently to an Eileen Perez. She got twerked down and she got submitted by an arm triangle choke. She's now looking to bounce back. She's the younger fighter, certainly has, I guess, more rooting for her. Like, she's got a lot to fight for. She's the underdog here, so yeah, anything's possible. I'm not going to sit here and say Melissa no mess. It's a lock, but hey, I like what I'm seeing. I think Melissa Mullins has proven to have hands. She's proven to be durable, and just someone I feel confident in going with at this point. Not going to go against Vegas. I'm staying with the pick'ems here, the betting favorites. But MMAnomaly, let the people know, man. And first and foremost, before you go in, what up, Tico Tech? We see you, brother. Let's go.
Oh, man. What is up, Tico Tech? What's up, nerds? What's up, man? How you doing? Know the vibes? Just hanging out, having a great time, talking about these fights, brother. Yeah, I'm with you here, Nano. I'm going to stick in the same boat as you. I am going to go ahead and go with Melissa Mullins, formerly known as Melissa Dixon. I think she's the better fighter here. As you said, Zheleznyakova has a little bit more to prove, right? She's trying to jump back into the win column. She's, she hasn't really had a chance to stand out. She's got that win over Montserrat Rondon, and it was nice enough, right? She outlanded her like 2.5 to 1 here. Got a negation of half her takedowns, but even then, it wasn't the most impressive win we've ever seen in the women's divisions, right? And then comes out there and, as you said, gets beat up by Eileen Perez, gets submitted in the first 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and then twerked on. My gosh. It's tough, man. Getting beat up is tough. Getting submitted is tougher. Getting twerked on after either of those is toughest, I think. So it's hard, man. But I'm gonna take her taking the L again, unfortunately. I got Melissa Mullins in here. No mess. Gonna come out here and clean up shop. She looks stronger and stronger every time she's out there in that octagon. She only has 8 professional fights to her name, and I think the 9th one's probably going to be the most impressive one we've seen thus far. So that's a promising prospect, man. I look forward to watching her continue to fight, continue to improve in this women's division. And man, oh manowitz, is it going to be a banger? With that being said, we move on into the middleweight division for a bout between Ismail, Naurdiev, and the Iron Turtle, a fan favorite on this show, Jong Park. My brother. This fight is going to be absolutely fun. I think Jong Park just puts on exciting fights. Like, he's genuinely a fun fighter to watch. The Iron Turtle goes out there. He does not turtle up, right? He goes out there and fights to the very, very end. And I think this is not going to be anything different. Last time out there, he was against Brad Tavares, got the split decision win. And before that, he took a split decision L against Andre Muniz. Of course, Ismail Naurdiev, the guy standing across from him, is 24-7, very impressive fighter, right? Coming out of Rabat, Morocco, of course, born in Grozny, Russia. Dude's a beast, okay? Anybody that's Russian is typically scary, and this dude is scary. His last win was unanimous decision over Bruno Silva. Before then, at Brave CF 79, he got the Gilly, round number 1, 1 minute and 10 seconds in. But before that, he was coming off of a 2-fight losing streak, right? He had gotten knocked out once in the first round and armbarred in the first round. So, again, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like a finish for Iron Turtle here. I think Jun-Young Park comes out there, gets it done in impressive fashion, and I'm here for it, man. I can't wait to see it. Nano, you feeling the same? Are we riding the same wavelength here with the Iron Turtle, Jun-Young Park?
Absolutely. We are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over here, my brother. I am riding with the turtle, and it's hard for me not to, right? I want to go against my better judgment here, and I want to make a case for the underdog because, we like our junkyard underdogs around here. And Ismail Naurdiev is somebody that certainly fits the bill. You know the vibes. Man, he has a great win. It's his one win in the UFC. He came out and he beat a Bruno Silva by unanimous decision. That's a name. That's a legit win in the division. However, our boy Jun-Young Park has been doing this for quite some time, just like riding a bike, just like, do I want to watch that new movie that just came out, or do I want to go watch Old Faithful? Do I want to watch, Pulp Fiction? Do I want to watch Avengers for the 100th time? I think so. Okay. Sometimes he's just so good, you got to go back to the well. Okay. And that's what I'm doing here. His only blemish is a split decision loss to Andre Muniz. You could definitely make a case that he shouldn't have lost that to begin with, but one guy in the room thought otherwise, and that's okay. Okay. Because other than that, we've seen him knock him up and knock him down. Okay. Most importantly, that last win against Brad Tavares, someone who I respect highly, and just thought was going to be able to go out there and simply out-tough his opponent in Jun-Young Park. But that shell is, it might as well be bulletproof. Might as well be made of vibranium, okay? It is a hard shell, and it ain't going nowhere. And you got to really be special to break through that thing. And that's where, unfortunately, for an Ismail Naurdiev, represent Rabat, Morocco, the fellow Moroccan here, it's just not going to be his day. It's not his time. He's going to take the back seat. Still, the tortoise is going to win the race. That's what they say. Slow and steady, baby. I'm going with Jun-Young Park, and that's that, man. I feel good about it. He's slowly becoming one of my favorite guys. I don't know if it's just the name. I don't know if it's just how unassuming he looks. But when he goes out there, he leaves it all in the cage. He's tough as nails, and he's durable. It's my kind of guy right there. Let's go. What do you think, my brother?
I agree, man. I definitely agree. And Grozny is Chechnya, FYI. It's the capital. Yeah, Chechnya is a part of Russia, though. Isn't it a republic of Russia? Situated in the North Caucasus of Eastern Europe? Near the Caspian Sea?
Caucasus region. Yeah.
I was pretty sure it was part of Russia. That's what my internet sources told me. My internet source is Google. So, could be wrong. I don't know. What's up, boys? What's up, Murphy? How we doing? Hope you're having a great day, man.
What up, Murphy?
Oh, happy Friday to you. Yes, I'm just expanding because it's relevant to MMA. Okay, cool. I was just making sure I wasn't in the wrong. Yeah, not just anywhere in Russia. No, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
I still think he loses. That being said, I'm going Jun-Young Park in this one, boys. And with that being said, we move on into the welterweight division here, folks. Okay, because we have a bout between Seokhyeon and Oban Elliott, my friend. I am gonna tell you, I gotta go with Oban Elliott in this one. The dude is an absolute stud in every sense of the word. His story is great. Like, he was working, what is it, like the freaking like train tracks as like a railroad worker up until like recent years. He might even still be doing it in between fights. But I mean, the dude is just an absolute beast. Good-hearted kid. And with all due respect, some might say he's a Welsh gangster. So I'm going with that gangster to go out there and get it done. He has a very dominant pressure forward style. We saw that in his bouts against Preston Parsons and Basil Hafez, more so than not. And then also the fight against Val Woodburn, right? He has pretty much dominated everybody he's went out there against via unanimous decision or just getting them out of there via an overhand right to fucking hammer fists if your name is Basil Hafez. So, I mean, the dude is a beast. I know the guy across from him is also a beast, right? I'm not discrediting or discounting Seokhyeon, but I mean, we haven't really seen the Korean Tyson have a chance to shine. And his nickname is the Korean Tyson. He does have 6 wins by knockout, but his only 2 losses are also by way of knockout. And I'm here to tell you, if he goes out here, points to the ground, and tries to be a little Max Holloway and just throw with our guy, Oban, I don't think it's going to be a good night for him out there. So give me Oban, Elliott, give me the Welsh gangster. And honestly, I think he goes out there and gets it done inside the distance. Right now, he's a minus 455, but if you pick him inside the distance, you can get him, let's see here, Oban, Elliott. To win by KO, you can take him at plus 250.
Ooh,
it's not bad.
I like that. I like that a lot, my brother. And I think mostly being because of the matchup, right? Styles make fights. And these two guys are going to go out there. And like you said, there may be a point to the center of the octagon type moment. Judges may not be needed for this one, ladies and gentlemen. That's how confident I am in these guys' striking pedigree. And then just looking at it on paper, like both these guys like to go in there and mix it up. They like to be the counter puncher. Both of them like to be the hammer. Who's going to be the nail, right? And that's where I feel more confident about an Oban, the Welsh gangster. We've seen him go in there time and time again. And really that last flurry against a Basil Hafez really solidified Oban's power. The way he's flexing on him just kind of reminded me of that aura he's bringing in, that moxie. Dude's fired up. Dude is shredded to the gills, and he means business. He's a violent guy. And those are the type of fighters that definitely, are guys I'm going to stay tuned in for. But his opponent now, and talking about dance partners and styles make fights, well, let's just say his opponent's nickname is KO. Okay, and yes, his last name is Ko, also KO. But he got that because he knows how to knock people out. Okay, he is a true southpaw. It's weird. Like I usually can't tell people's dominant hand orientation, but I could tell he's left-handed just by the way he strikes. He's very, very dominant in that southpaw position. So I'm curious to see how that matches up with an Oban Elliott who's fluid. He's moving at all times, and he's nasty. Like he doesn't need a lot of power, or he doesn't need a lot of space to generate that power. So I like Oban, man. This is his fight to lose. KO, Seokhyeon Ko is making his UFC. Oh, wait, no. Well, I guess I was going to say UFC debut, but he did show out on the Dana White Contender Series, which got him a chance at the big show here. So all that considered, he is another guy that has some moxie. He's going to try to go in there, be flashy. You might see some flying leg kicks. You're going to see a lot of leg kicks. But frankly, I think you're going to see a lot of striking. I think you're going to see Oban Elliott raising his hand, flexing on him again in Welsh gangster style. But man, Oban's slowly becoming just a fan favorite of mine personally, my brother.
Absolutely. He is a fucking beast, dude. I love that guy. Oh, man. Speaking of beasts, we got two of them competing as we start the main card, folks. We have a featherweight bout between Mohammed Naimov coming in against Bogdan Grad. My dude, these guys are animals. And I think this fight is going to be a monstrous one. I mean, Hillman is a scary, scary individual. And, the dude standing across from him is not much less scary, if that makes sense. The Unleashed versus the Hillman. I mean, this sounds like a matchup you'd hear in a comic book, man. Nano, who do you have in this one and why?
Oh, boy. This is an absolute banger of a fight. I like them both. Like, I actually really, really like Bogdan Grad. Unleashed. I mean, probably one of the sickest movies. Probably the sickest freaking nickname you could have. A little Jet Li action. I like what I'm seeing from both these guys, but I'm probably going to have to lean in again on the Ben favorite here and stick with Mohammed Naimov. I'm more familiar with his game. He has that one blemish. About a year ago, he did lose to Felipe Lima via rear naked choke. But Felipe Lima has continued to develop and has proven to be a dog in the division. So I don't hold that too much against Mohammed Naimov, the Hillman. I think he still has a lot to fight for. He's 12-3. He's young in his career at 30 years old, so still just scratching the surface. Represent Tajikistan, fighting out of Denver, Colorado. Somebody that does all the things the right way, has that power. And then again, I mean, just when I look at his style and his ability to mix it up, fighting in elevation, has that wrestling background, and he stays disciplined in his approach, I think he's going to find a way to tame the Unleashed Bogdan Grad, who is coming in on a 4-fight win streak. One on the Dana White Contender Series, and then one about 4 months ago, knocked out Lucas Alexander. So the dude's legit. He has that kind of power, but is he going to be able to get the amount of shots off, that on a Muhammad Naimov who's constantly moving, who's looking to counter. Naimov via multiple fouls. Oh, Tico Tech, come on, man. I will give you extra points if you get that right, though. Style points if you get it right. MMAnomaly, how you feeling about this one, brother?
That's hella funny. I'm actually kind of with Tico Tech here. Naimov will take this one via multiple fouls. If Bogdan drives forward with a power double, Naimov will inevitably grab the fence. If he is losing this fight, he will kick him in the nuts. Yeah, I mean, he's your guy. Like, look, he's my guy, but let's be real. LOL. You're not wrong. Like, he needs to learn how to holster those weapons if we're calling a spade here, boy. So, yeah, I got Mohammed Naimov. He's not the cleanest fighter in there always, but man, he's nasty with it in more ways than one. It's a fairly even matchup, but again, as far as kind of a clear path to victory, I do think Mohammed Naimov has more tools in the toolbox and honestly more paths overall to that victory. So give me the hill man. I think this fight is going to look exactly like that. It's going to be like one man at the top of the hill man, and another man named Bogdan Grad trying to climb and work his way up to the top of the hill. And gosh, doesn't that sound just exhausting and tiring as all hell. I think that's going to be the situation for him on Saturday afternoon, boys. Leroy said, hi, Nano. And he's also blushing over there because, he always does when he says hi to you. Yeah, man, I like this fight. I'm also thinking, I'm not convinced we're going to do this yet, but Jun-Young Park, Oban, Elliott, Mohammed Naimov, little 3-leg parlay, get you plus 157 odds. I'd have to throw a unit or two on that. Rob Rex, what up, my friend? Happy Friday. The GOATs, appreciate y'all's insights as always. What's going on, brother? I got Hill, Blades, Oralby, and Usman Hamdy over 1.5. Ooh, what's the odds on the over 1.5 on that? That might be one to watch.
Appreciate you, Double R, Robert X. You're the GOAT as well, man. Appreciate you. Hills, Blades, Oralby, and Usman over. Yeah. Ooh, that's spicy. I like it.
Yeah.
As Leroy said, Robert X, bang on, my brother. Keep on banging. Just let me bang, bro. We'll let you bang, bro. We'll let you bang.
I see the over. I'll go to the alternate total rounds. Here we go. Boom. The over 1.5. Minus 475 for that? That's not bad. That's not a bad one to pair. Did you do that as a parlay or did you do that as a straight bet, Rob? Just curious. I'm seeing minus 475 on that line on DraftKings Sportsbooks right now, which is definitely not a bad play. Oh, man. It's a fun one. And I feel like that's definitely one that's likely to hit. So, yeah, love those picks, man. Thanks for sharing those. With that being said, we're going from Naimov to Nazim Sadykhov, right? We got a lightweight bout between Nazim Sadykhov, Mean Nazim, coming in against Nikolas Motta. We love a little Motta in the afternoon, don't we, boys? Whoo, you got to throw me twice. All the time, my friend. No, Nazim Sadykhov, though, I think is going to go out here and do exactly that. I think he's going to smoke Motta in this fight. Nazim is very strong, and I mean, we love the Black Wolf on this show. Dude trains with Ray Longo out in Brooklyn. I actually just got back from New York literally yesterday. So shout out Brooklyn, shout out New York, and shout out Nazim the Black Wolf Sadykhov. I think he goes out here and gets it done via knockout. He's a very, very strong individual. He's got very good striking, very crisp 1-2s down the pipe, and really solid distance management. His ability to manage distance is very notable in his fights in the UFC. I mean, he had 3 back-to-back finishes in Fury to get his way into the UFC, and then makes his way into the UFC, gets handed to Ahmad Hazanzada, and that was the Contender Series, finishes him with a right hook, and then Evan Elder gets a doctor stoppage on him in round 3 via cut, and then he gets a rear naked choke over Terrence McKinney just to prove that he's not a one-dimensional fighter, and then he got that majority draw and had a dance-off with Slaviclas. That was fantastic. Then he went back in there against Ismail Bonfim, one of them Bonfim boys, and got a doctor stoppage in between rounds 1 and 2. Dude is a stud. And when he hits, it makes a thud, brother. I think he's going to go out here and get the job done over the man standing across from him in Nikolas Motta. Nikolas Motta, unfortunately, 15-5 currently. I think that's going to continue to be more of a 500 fighter style trend for him. He's going to not improve, but just go down to 15-6 after this. I think it's going to be a second round finish.
I like it, my brother. I like it. And I'm with you on the sense of Nazim, the dream is him. Okay, this guy is a problem. He is next in line and might literally be the reason why we're taking the trip here to Baku. Why keep saying Raku for? But Baku.
Because we will Baku. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me why when I first said I wanted to make that joke. Let me see if I circle back around to it. My brother, high minding as always. We will Baku. But listen, man, and that's what Naim's going to do. In the Caucasus Mountains, baby. Nazim is he, man. It is his time. I just feel that his striking is too good to ignore. He's been out there in the UFC octagon and proven it time after time. And look no further than 4 months ago when he stopped one of the Bonfim brothers. And I'm high on those Bonfims, okay? I like them a lot. They're big names. They're getting the right treatment. They're growing their brand here in the UFC. And then Nazim said, I'm going to go ahead and take that hype train and take it on back home, bring the UFC with me, and now I'm going to put on the show for the main event. You got to love it, man. He's still young in his career. To have this opportunity is, I mean, he put it in his own words, it's a dream come true, right? So I don't think he's going to squander it. I think with everything considered, he's going to go out there and prove that he's the best version of himself. You know, that 10-1-1 record obviously shows a lot. He's fighting under those boys out there, Syndicate MMA, Longo's MMA, those guys in Brooklyn and New York, championship pedigree. Dude has, again, and this is coupled up with all the great skills that he's bringing into the octagon. I think the sky's the limit for him. And as much as I like Nikolas Motta and as much as I love my Motta as well, individually, like I think Nikolas Motta is somebody that is going to continue to showcase as a dog in the UFC. He's a problem. He is a tough matchup for anybody he's in there with. He's not lacking any confidence. He knows what's at stake. He knows he's going into hostile territory, and he's using that chip on his shoulder. And those are the type of things you want to hear a fighter talking about, using that as leverage, as fuel to his fire. I think we're going to see a hell of a matchup, but I'm not going to go against Vegas and think that Nazim's going to get, you know, the home court advantage taken away from him. I think he's going to find a way to get it done. Hell of a fight. Y'all make sure you tune in.
I agree, man. I think this is definitely going to be a hell of a fight. I think he's definitely going to find a way to get it done. And also love this comment from Tico Tech. He's Azeri too, so he gets to fight on the first Azerbaijan card. Dude, I love that. I absolutely love when they give those types of shouts and those types of honors to these fighters because they leave it all on the line for us, man. It's great to see. Juiceman562. Hey, welcome to the show, brother. Love seeing you in here. Any update on Askren? Last update that I read is he's still in the hospital. He is like in an intensive care situation right now. And I believe he's going to need, was it like a lung transplant possibly? So he's in really bad shape right now, man. Turns out it was staph infection combined with severe pneumonia, and it's just done a number on his lungs and his respiratory system in general. So prayers out to Ben Askren and family, wishing him and the family all well and hoping things take a turn for the better for him, man. And shout out Keith, Kick Him in the Head podcast. How we doing? Kick him in the head. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to you, my friend. Happy Friday.
Big shout out.
Great show earlier, by the way. If you guys didn't check out their show, you can check that out on the Kick 'Em in the Head podcast channel. You can also check that out on the Fight Week show channel, on S-Dogs MMA's channel, and Crossovers channel. All those channels, folks. And yeah, Juice Man, definitely hoping he pulls through, man. He's a good guy. So, I mean, sucks to see. I read it got so bad because he neglected treatment for so long. He is responsive, though, but on sedatives constantly while waiting for the lung transplant. Yeah. They've rolled back the sedatives, and he's responsive enough to squeeze loved one's hands, but will likely need a transplant. Man, yeah, that's tough.
Jeez.
You say it perfectly, Olin. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Man, yeah, this, jumping back to the fights, this Nazim Sadykhov fight, I think you're right, dude. It's going to be a banger. I like Nazim Sadykhov inside the distance in this one, and you can get both of those at plus odds. So If you wanted to take him by knockout, you can get that at plus 110. If you want to take him by submission, you can get that at plus 400. And if you wanted to just kind of take him at double chance at victory, so basically just inside the distance, you can do that at minus 160. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do the one of each here. So, yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to do 1 unit on Nazim Sadykhov to win. Actually, you know what? I'll do a half unit on him to win by submission and 1 unit on him to win by KO, TKO, or DQ. So 1 unit on him to win by knockout will get you 2.10 back, and a half unit on him to win by submission will get you 2.5 units back. So again, half unit to get 2.5, 1 unit to get 2.1. So altogether, we're putting 1.5 units back, and we're guaranteed to win at least a half unit in return or more. This is how you kind of cushion the bets to make sure that you are going to gross money, as long as you know that someone's going to go out there and get a finish or are highly confident in it. So, yeah, jump back into the comments real quick. Sorry for bothering. I don't have social media, so I get my Padres from y'all, or my updates from y'all. Anyways, hope all is well with y'all and the boys in the chat. Let's fucking go. Oh, dude, yeah, don't apologize. We always appreciate you like giving you guys updates, especially if it's something you want to know. Smash like confirmed. Let's go, Juice. Let's go. And if you're in the chat watching this live, smash that like up. Smash that bell for notifications so you know when we go live.
Please.
Let's go. We'll move into the next one here. Man, this next one is a catchweight bout between Tofik Musayev and Myktybek Orobai. Nano. My goodness. This is just a fucking fun fight. But before we jump into it, Leroy's got to bounce. Much love, Olin, Nano, and chat. Dude, much love to you, Lee. Hope you have a fantastic night. We appreciate you being here. And, dude, we'll catch you on the replay. Nano, let you take the lead on this one. Who you feeling here, man? Tofik Musayev is someone that we've never really seen or heard of. But he's almost got twice the experience as Myktybek Orobai, or as we like to call him here on the show, Orobai.
Good old Orobai, our guy, man. I did find that interesting. That was the one big takeaway from the local Azerbaijan. Oh, I'm about to figure that one out. But he's a local kid here.
Azerbaijanian?
The local Azerbaijan local. That is a big deal. I love that he's getting the local nod. He's making his UFC debut here. He was with Ryzen, had a pretty good run in the Ryzen kind of circuit. A couple losses in Bellator don't necessarily look great at this point, but he's talented, man. And my thing is the fights, right? There's a lot of octagon experience for somebody that's 35 years old. Obviously has a lot more years to live on this earth than his opponent, Orobai, who's 27 years young. All things considered, I can't bet against my guy Orobai, right? I think a lot of it is, hey, I'm going with what I know here, right? I've seen Myktybek go in there time after time and prove his dominance, prove his commitment to the wrestling game. A little bit of a blemish his last outing. He did lose a split decision to a Matheus Rebecki, who honestly surprised a lot of us. But it was a loss, a good learning lesson. And I don't know if our boy Tofik, I was blanking on the name there, has that kind of presence to him. I've seen some great striking in his Bellator matches, but I don't know if he has that dominant wrestling game or something that's going to help rival with Orobai's ability to go out there and grapple with the best of them. I think this is Orobai's fight to lose, but with the hometown kid, I hope he goes out and shows out. Get some of the local, crowd cheering his name and, has that moment. I'm hoping for a good fight altogether. These guys are, frankly, I think pretty big for lightweights. But give me Orobai all the way to go out there, get it done, and serve the home crowd their first loss of the night, unfortunately. Now, MMAnomaly, are we in the same boat here, or are you going towards a local favorite here?
Yeah, I'm betting against the grain here. I'm betting against the local favorite. I am betting on Orobai. I am with you, Tico Tech. I am with you, Nano. The Rebecki fight was amazing. This man is amazing. Lethal Sugar is amazing. What's up, you savages? What's up, you savage? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday, my guy. I really, really like Myktybek. I am a huge fan of him. As Tico said, Tawfiq, also Azari, and former Risen champ, but I'm an Oralbai fanatic. Me too, brother. Me too. Oralbai is just a fun dude to watch fight, dude. And he always puts on. He's so damn strong, and you can see it. His eye was a fucking balloon in that last fight, mate. And he just kept moving forward, didn't he? It was nice to see, bro. It was nice to see. Fucking nice. I think this is just going to be another one of the same. I think Tawfiq is definitely strong. He is. I watched some tape on him. He's got very quick entries. His striking is polished as hell. But I just don't know that he's got the stones to go in there against a Myktybek and walk away the same, right? I will say this is going to be one of those fights where I feel like whoever loses is probably going to walk away losing more than just a fight. If that makes sense, like they're going to lose a little piece of them in that octagon on that night because the winner's going to put it on them. Could I be wrong? Could the winner end up being Tawfiq? Absolutely. Dude, Messiah's a beast. If there's anything I learned from watching some tape on him this week, it is that. So Myktybek does have his work cut out for him. That's why he's only a minus 155 favorite. Very slight favorite. This is damn near a pick 'em with his opponent being a plus 130. I'm not betting on this one. I'm just going to stay away from it. You can't even get good odds on the over-under 2.5 rounds. They're both minus odds too. So no money to be made from this fight other than just enjoying it as a fan and watching it, which I'm happy about. But from a fan perspective, and if I were to bet on it, I would definitely take Myktybek. I just think he's the better fighter, more well-rounded, and definitely more UFC experience. Being under those bright lights and being the hometown kid, that could be a little bit intimidating, and that could be a little bit of a distraction as well, if you will. So I'm taking Myktybek to get it done. I'm taking him to look impressive while doing it. And after that, I'm taking him to be a contender in the top 15.
I like it. That's a safe bet.
And with that being said, we move on into the big boys. We got a heavyweight bout, folks. We have a bout between Curtis Razor Blades coming in against Rizvan Kunev. Man, this fight is interesting. No, this one is interesting. These heavy boys can throw. Curtis Blades is an absolute monster of a man. He's a fucking mammoth of a dude, and he is the betting favorite here. I'm not. I don't know, man. What this fight was already supposed to happen, right? Some time ago. I think we were going Rizvan when the fight was originally announced. I feel like I'm changing sides a little bit now. Nano, how are you feeling?
I'm right there with you, my brother. I'm definitely changing my tune a little bit. And I'm not even the biggest Curtis Blades fan necessarily, but I just can't see a scenario where someone comes in here and outdoes Curtis Blades at what Curtis Blades does, which is wrestle. Rizvan Kunev, represent Dagestan, fought against one of the largest heavyweights in the world in Henan Faeda over in PFL about a couple of years ago, lost, and came back to win in his Dana White Contender Series about 9 months ago. The reality is I just think there's not a ton of these big boys in the world that are this talented and this willing to go into mixed martial arts. So it's kind of a short list, I think, which is why he's getting the Curtis Blades treatment, kind of the UFC's way of saying, hey, if you're really a guy, come out here, come beat our best guy, one of our guys, and then hey, maybe he gets thrown into a potential title kind of conversation, let's call it, for lack of a better phrase. But that's how thin I think this division is. And I think I do want to give, Rizvan his flowers. He's good. He's talented. He's one of the best heavyweights in the world. I just think Curtis Blades is still better at this stage in his career with the skill set that he has. And he's a big boy as well. I mean, yeah, he's listed at 258. They're both 260. 265. These are both big guys. Both are 6'4". Curtis is going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. That's going to be helpful in terms of keeping him at bay. I just like Curtis Blades in this one, my brother. And I'm going to just kind of end it with the idea that he's been one of the best for a long time. And when it's not a Tom Aspinall or Francis Ngannou, Curtis Blades ends up finding a way to win. So I think that's just what's going to end up happening here, in the sense that I just don't know if Rizvan is in that elite class just yet. So give me Mr. Curtis Blades, baby. And it sounds like we're in the same boat.
We are, my friend. I think we're both in the same boat here again. Kick him in the head, saying, Curtis Blades, time is up. I mean, you might be right, my friend, but I don't know about that. I mean, he's a minus 250 favorite right now. I think that might be for good reason. I do need to find 3 underdogs across this card that I like to pick for the underdogs competition. He might have to be one of them, right? He's a real son of a gun. He's a real son of a bitch. Because if he gets on top of you, he's so damn big, he's so damn strong, and he's so damn technically sound, bro. Of course, he lost to Tom Aspinall, but you know who doesn't lose to Tom Aspinall? He also beat Tom Aspinall by injuring him, right? He's beaten a Jairzinho Rosenstruck. He's beaten Alexander Volkov, right? He's beaten Jailton Almeida. I mean, the dude is just an absolute mauler of a human being. And not only did he beat Jailton, he knocked him out. Like, he made it look fairly easy the way that he did it. This is tough to pick because I like Rizvan. I think he has potential to come out here and do good. And like you said, he fought one of the largest men we've ever fucking seen. And he looked good doing it. So it's hard to pick against him, but I gotta get Curtis Blades as the pick here. He's just too experienced in the UFC. He's proven me wrong time and time again. And I don't feel like betting against him and being wrong again this weekend. So I'm not going to bet on this fight at any capacity. Maybe I'll look at the underdogs kind of odds here and see if there's an easy pick 'em for him getting a takedown or something like that, or maybe on significant strikes. But yeah, this is a great comment. Tico Tech, Blades is my heavyweight Kevin Lee, but better. You know, where does Kevin Lee fit into this whole situation here, Tico Tech? That's what I want to know. Where does Kevin Lee fit into this? Man. Well, we are now moving into the co-main event of the evening, folks. It is a lightweight bout between Rafael Fiziev and Ignacio Bahamondes. Man, oh Manowitz, Nano, I am so fucking excited about this fight. This is gonna be fight of the night. I'm pouring a shot.
Let's go.
Because why not? You know, the people deserve it, and I deserve it. You know, it's Friday. We made it through another work week. So, folks, if you're drinking, pour one up, raise one up. If not, whatever you are doing, even if it's just raw dogging some air, take a big deep breath. Get a real good breath in. You deserve it. You're worth it. And cheers to that. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. Cheers to all the great things we'll do this weekend and for the rest of this year. And cheers to everyone that we hope to see at International Fight Week. And I can't wait to see the fucking man to my right on Wednesday. Cheers, folks.
Salute. Drink to that, baby. Let's go. And seriously, public service announcement. If you're listening to this and you are going to be at International Fight Week next week in Vegas, let us know. Slide in our DMs. We will respond and we will try to link. Love to see y'all there. Let's go.
We will link and we will drink. Let's go, folks.
Sheesh. Shot what you think.
Let's go. Oh, man. This fight, I mean, you need to tell the people what you think about this fight because I'm telling you, man, I feel like the odds makers are really looking at some recency bias here, man. Looking at Ignacio Bahamondes, the dude is a beast. The dude is talented as fuck, right? But he's coming in here against Rafael Fiziev. The dude is good. He's a world breaker. Some of those strikes that he was landing on Justin Gaethje, like, come on. Great fights every time he's out there. And Ignacio is not unbeatable. He's definitely not unhittable, right? He's got more losses to his name than Rafael does. So I don't know, man. And also, if you look at kind of who he's fought, like Emmanuel Torres, Christos Giagos, those are not the same caliber of class in which the opponent that he's fighting has fought. I gotta go with the dog in this one. I like Rafael Fiziev to get this one done. I mean, yeah, 7-inch height advantage. What even is that? That's definitely a wild situation. But there's only a 3-inch reach difference, right? Or am I tripping? Because I remember I don't have it up on the screen right now, but I'll pull it up.
4 on Tapology, but 3 or 4. I mean, about that.
I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, I think it was only a 3-inch difference in reach, and there's like a 6 or 7-inch difference in height. So that's pretty fucking great, in my opinion. The fact that he's got that good of an ape index, that he's not giving up that much reach. DeFukin boys, what up? S-Dogs, can't wait to see you on Wednesday, brother. Let's go. Sav Jelly, see you on Wednesday as well. All the folks are here, all the MVPs. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I agree with you, though, brother. I think this is the one underdog I really, really like in this entire card. I think there is some recency bias. I think if anybody could kick someone in the face that's 7 inches above their head, I think it is a Rafael Fiziev. This guy is so gosh darn flexible, so silky, smooth out there with his strikes. He's one of my favorite athletes. I mean, dude, honestly, I can't praise him enough. I do think he's going to go out there and win, and I do think it's going to be a death by 1,000 cuts in the form of those leg kicks that Fiziev might throw more leg kicks than he does punches. Let's just call it what it is. He might throw more leg strikes in this matchup than body shots and head shots. I expect him to just chip away at the 6'3", redwood tree that is Ignacio Bahamondes in front of him. And Ignacio is definitely trending in the right direction. I just think this is kind of like a little too big of a jump too soon. I mean, Fiziev is only lost to Justin Gaethje.
Fiziev's axe kip hits his nip. That's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, or that solar plexus. I mean, hey, it's right in line there. Might end up benefiting him a little bit more. Yeah, I just think that Ignacio is a great fighter. He's going to continue to develop. He's got Bilal, remember the name, Muhammed in his corner. A lot of things that make me believe he's the future. I just don't know if it's right now. And I looked at that Ludovic Klein fight. I had to rewatch it. And the reality is Ignacio had a little bit of an issue finding his opponent, Ludovic, who is very similar to Rafael Fiziev when it comes to style, when it comes to their speed, their athleticism, the way they move, and how they want to lure you in just to, be able to respond and get you out of position. They want to draw the feints out of you. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing here. Ignacio's going to have to stay patient. But when you got a freaking jumping bean, when you got a tactician in front of you in the Rafael Fiziev, I just think that the striking pedigree is going to be too much for Ignacio Bahamondes. Could be wrong, right? We saw what he did to Jalen Turner. He's long. So if he even gets on his back at any point, he's game for a submission. I just don't think Rafael is going to fall into those traps. I think he's going to find a way to skate free for 15 minutes and make it, a fun, free-flowing, what almost might feel like a sparring-like pace. Both guys are going to go tit for tat. And when it's all said and done, the guy who bites down, tougher on the mouthpiece and is able to stand victorious, I think is going to be my boy Rafael Fiziev. And if I am wrong, then I will be team Ignacio moving forward. Let's go.
Encarnacion, Encarnacion.
Oh, thanks for teeing me up for that. Oh man, yeah, I'm with you, dude. I think this is a very entertaining fight. This is a very intriguing fight from a stylistic matchup. And I mean, Vale Tudo flow striking coming in against Tiger Muay Thai striking. Give me the Tiger Muay Thai, baby. All fucking day, kid. All day. And you know what the most interesting thing about this is? If you look at the odds right now, the odds stack for this, right, is plus 124 for Rafael Fiziev and minus 148 for Ignacio Bahamondes. When the odds opened on the 4th of this month, it was the opposite. It was minus 135 for Fiziev to be the favorite and plus 115 for Ignacio Bahamondes. So many bettors have come in and started betting on Ignacio as a dog that they've made him the favorite when he started as the dog. All that tells me is that people are bullish on Ignacio winning, and or the people that are betting on him are utilizing a lot of recency bias here. You know what I'm saying, my friend? So I'm just going to go with the dog here. Because we love a good dog. And if there's anything I learned, dog barks in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, baby.
And with that being said, folks, it's time. It's time.
It's time
For the main event of the evening, a bout between Jamal Hill and Khalil Rountree Jr. It's another Muay Thai fighter, bro. Who do you think I'm gonna pick? I mean, this is literally a pick'em right now. And again, let's take a look. Shout out nextmma.com and shout out the man that makes it, the maker himself, Mr. Nice Guy MMA. The website is absolutely awesome. The new edition that he recently added where it shows you the starting betting lines versus today's betting lines. Such a sick edition. And let me tell you, there was a clear favorite when this one started off, and that favorite was Khalil Rountree Jr. He was a minus 152. But again, a lot of people think Jamahal is going to come in and go for that. But I don't believe that's going to be the case. Okay. You're telling me it's pick'em. I'm 1000% still going to pick him. I'm talking about Hamdy Chalamet. I'm talking about the real one, the man, the myth, the legend, Khalil Rountree Jr., the man who got the new custom shorts that are probably the sickest pair yet. Right? A little Muay Thai action on them bitches. Brother. Or should I say on them bitches? Dude, those shorts are sick as fuck. I think this fight is going to be sick as fuck. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for the war horse, Khalil Rountree Jr. But I do think that he's going to put Jamal Hill to sleep, which will be appropriate because the dude's nickname is Sweet Dreams. I think he's going to have some sweet dreams after the fight. I think it won't come until one of the later rounds, though. Jamal's not one to fade early, so I see it happening in the second or third round, not in that first round. Either way, I think I'm just going to end up taking Khalil Rountree Jr. money line or Khalil Rountree Jr. inside the distance, which let me just check the method of victory double chance here on our preferred sports book. Underdogs, or not underdogs, DraftKings. We also love underdogs. I'm getting both open. So inside the distance, you can actually get Khalil Rountree right now for plus 120. Yeah, I might lock down those odds.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it. I also think I'm going to put 5 units on Fiziev. Yeah.
I like it, brother. I like it.
Feeling bullish on that one. I think I'm going to do 2 units on Rountree to win inside the distance and 5 units on Fiziev. Those are going to be my 2 big bets this week. And what it ultimately comes down to for me, the reasoning behind why I'm picking him is the stylistic flow of striking. Jamal takes a minute to open up. He's a notoriously slow starter. Khalil is a fast starter. He's someone that's able to hurt you in the first. And if he's able to hurt you in the first round, it becomes a snowball effect where that snowball is just going to continue rolling downhill, picking up steam and getting larger and more frustrating to deal with. And that's exactly how I see this fight playing out. Khalil is going to get a lead early and then just make it a just nasty, just devastating fight, man. Hold on. Jamal will win, and it will earn Rountree a title shot. I hate you, dude.
This guy.
You, man.
This guy.
Oh, my God, dude. Man.
History repeating itself, I guess. Is that what?
It's what's funny to me is that people are like saying Jamal's going to win. Like, blah, blah, blah. Did you see how fucked up Khalil got by Alex Pereira? He was still winning some of those rounds. He was still winning a lot of those exchanges. Up until that 4th round when fucking homie went Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan mode on him. And I mean, Jamal just got off of 2 devastating knockout losses to Alex Pereira and Yuri Prokaska. And I was there for the Yuri one. The sound that made, I still have dreams about that sometimes. It was a nasty ass sound, brother. Shit echoed in the top layers of the fucking arena. So I can't imagine either one of them are 100%. And if that's the case, taking the guy that's 100% better and more skilled, in my opinion, and that is gonna be the Muay Thai hero. Let's go. Khalil Rountree Jr. Who you got, brother?
I'm on the same boat, my brother. I'm going Khalil Rountree Jr. here. I'm going with the Muay Thai specialist. I'm going with the guy who I think just has the deeper gas tank, the higher, let's just say, skill set when it comes to the striking and the heavier hands. I think a lot of the things favor our boy Khalil Rountree here. You mentioned it at the top. Hey, everyone's talking about Alex and what's gonna happen. I mean, dude, Khalil looked good. He held his own better than most people did against an Alex Pereira. I mean, just look what he did to Yuri twice. Look what he did to John Mahal. This guy is walking through people, and Khalil was able to go out there and go tit for tat, relatively speaking. Obviously, like you said, the the accumulation of shots and the cuts and everything is what ended up getting Khalil in trouble. But seeing that kind of gritty performance from a Khalil and knowing he has some absolute vicious power that can send anybody into that shadow realm, coupling that with Jamahal's past 2 performances, obviously what happened with Alex, which, let's be honest, probably happens to most people on planet Earth, except Magomed for some reason. And then you look at Jamahal against Yuri, which really was Jamahal's time to prove himself as like the guy. Hey, I am of this generation. Obviously, there's Alex, but like I am the champ. I am the guy. I'm the alpha predator here. I'm the top dog. That was his moment to do so, and he was not able to capitalize on it, right? You're sitting there talking shit, all the samurai, whoop-de-whoop. The samurai went out there and whooped your ass. Like, and it boils down to toughness, skills, and will to win. And I think Khalil's got him beat on every single one of those. So I think it's going to be a fun fight. I am kind of excited. It's midday. We can have the full day, kind of watch your morning cartoons, transition over to some fights, and be able to catch this at the peak of the day, which is nice. But yeah, man, all things considered, give me Khalil. 25 minutes of violence. I think he's going to go out there and be able to edge it out. I wouldn't be surprised if we do not see a single takedown here. Yeah, and I think Khalil's going to end up with his hand raised. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts away Jamal. It'd be a really bad look for a Jamahal. Going, 3 up, 3 down, getting knocked out or losing 3 losses in a row. This is a must win for him, as crazy as it sounds. But the reality is once you're at the top and you're facing the top, well, you're either going to get lapped or you got to keep a pace ahead of them. And I don't know if Jamahal is doing those things. Like, to me, I just feel like he's a solid fighter. Like, hey, if I'm at a bar and I need someone inconspicuous, like, it's going to be Jamahal, because honestly, we could probably party it up. Seems cool. Chop it up, all good, and then we could throw down. But it's levels to this game, right, my brother? And I think when you have the top level skill set of striking and toughness and just heart, it's hard to bet against that dog. So I'm going Khalil, man. Going Khalil.
Yeah, man, it's tough to bet against that dog. That dog. Man, this is going to be a great fight card. This is going to be an incredible one for the books. And it's an early one. And then after that, we'll be in Vegas Wednesday for International Fight Week. We'll be at UFC X Friday and Saturday. We'll be going to the Canelo versus Bud Crawford press conference together. Not sure if you saw that, but we're going to be there. That'll be fun.
Oh,
shout out Turk Al Sheik. Thanks for getting that done. And dude, we'll be doing a lot of things, and we're drinking a lot of whiskey. We're going to be bringing a lot of Jameis into the room. So, with that being said, folks, I might as well pour one up for the send-off here. For the send-off. Then I got to figure out my fucking 3 dogs for the week, because right now I'm only feeling really good about one.
Yeah, I think we got one for sure, huh? But this is tough. How does that work with the pick'ems? If the line,
I literally need to look, because they're a dead even pick'em, and usually they go if it's like minus 100 to minus 110. Then minus 100 is the underdog. Yeah. Okay. But it's minus 110 right now. So I don't know if maybe it's just null, or if they go off of the most recent odd stack before that. The most recent odd stack before that would have, let's see, last underdog was Jamal Hill. So I don't like that.
Nope.
Don't like that. Yeah, no, I'll just stay away from that one at that point. I mean, I think if I'm talking for real, maybe Tawfiq Musayev is another one that I can pick on.
Yeah,
and it's kind of tough.
It's tough. Yeah, it's getting thin, but that's. Oof.
There's just not a lot of other ones that you should bet on or pick on.
Yeah, even Bogdan, it's like, oh, you don't feel great.
It's a toss up there,
but you need 3. Hey.
Don't feel good about it.
You need butts and seats.
Gotta have 3. Gotta have 3 to compete. All right, folks. Well, speaking of 3 to compete, hope there's at least 2 more of you out there to do a show with me, because you need 3 to compete, right? Cheers to you. Cheers to us. If you haven't already done it, like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. You know the drill. And we cannot wait to see you next time. So cheers to you. Cheers. Cheers to the next time we drink together.
Salute. Thank you all.
And man, that's it. That's the show, folks. We're going to call it. I know it's a bit of a shorter one, but hey, we got shit to do. Babies to kiss, posters to sign, all that stuff, you know? As the politicians would say. My guy. This is going to be a great fucking time this weekend. And then, like I said, right after that, it's sailing off into the sunset. We are going on over to Vegas on Wednesday and been enjoying 317 in the flesh. And hopefully we'll be able to get a little live show in together. I'm going to bring the mic and set up so that way we can hopefully do a little show with a not nearly as cool of a backdrop on either of our sides. And at least we'll be doing it together in person, man. We'll probably have Sav Jelly there and S-Dogs MMA. It'll be a real nice, rowdy group of us in the fucking room. And I personally can't wait for it. So you all stay tuned. Make sure you're already locked in and subscribed to the channel. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, at MMAnomaly, make sure you check us out. We'll be posting a lot this coming week. And we hope to see you in the DMs and in the comment section. So cheers to you all. Thanks for being here. And can't wait to see you on the next one. And by the way, if you do nothing that we've asked you to do, right, that's fine. And definitely don't follow our betting advice because we are not a gambling show. We are not a betting show. And as we like to say at least once an episode, if you gamble, only gamble with money that you can lose, right? If you are throwing away $1, make sure it's $1 you're happy to watch burn in a dumpster fire. Okay, folks, that's the only reason to bet is if you're happy to lose that money. And if you do nothing we've asked you to do. We'll say it every show till the day we die, till the day our YouTube dies at least. Keep on going and keep on growing, folks. And we will see you in the next episode. Let's go.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.